Stop saying you don't have time. You have 24 hours. The brutal truth is this: if your life isn't changing, it's not because of your job, your family, or your circumstances. It's because of how you manage the same 24 hours everybody else gets. This isn't another soft talk about work-life balance. This is a hard reset of your time management, your productivity, and your daily discipline. In this audiobook, How to Manage Your 24 Hours for Success, I'm going to show you exactly how high performers use the same 24 hours you keep wasting and turn them into money, mastery, health, and freedom. Think about yesterday for a second. That just one more scroll, that just one more episode, that I'll start after this. Those weren't accidents. Those were choices. Every notification you tap, every episode you binge, every late night you excuse is quietly destroying your future. Every focused hour, every planned block, every disciplined choice is quietly building it. From this moment on, the sentence, "I don't have time," is banned from your life. You have 24 hours, no more, no less. Now you'll learn how to run every single one of them like a weapon. Chapter 1. Stop saying you don't have time. You say it a lot, out loud, in your head, to anyone who listens. I don't have time. You say it when you're tired. You say it when you feel behind. You say it when you feel guilty for not doing what you promised yourself. Let's be honest for a second. You're not allowed to say that sentence anymore. Not after this chapter. You have 24 hours. So does every person you admire, every author, every athlete, every business owner, every creator. They didn't get more hours. They managed their hours differently. When you say, "I don't have time," you're not describing reality. You're hiding from responsibility. The real sentence is, "I didn't choose that," or "I chose something easier instead." Look back at yesterday. How many minutes disappeared into your phone? How many episodes? How many random YouTube holes? How many long, repeated conversations that went nowhere? You had time. You spent it on something else. From this point forward, you use different language. You say, "I chose not to." You say, "It wasn't a priority for me." At first, it'll sting. Good. That sting is honesty. That sting is power. Because once you admit, "I chose this," you get your control back. If you chose it, you can choose something better. Here's your first assignment. Tonight, do a 24-hour audit. Write down how you actually used your last day. No judgment, just facts. Then, cross out the sentence, "I don't have time," and replace it with, "I choose how I use my time." You've just taken back the steering wheel of your 24 hours. Now you need a map. You need a structure that forces your choices into the open. You've stopped hiding behind "no time." Now we'll turn your words into a schedule that tells the truth. Chapter 2. If it's not scheduled, it's not real. Ideas feel good. Dreams feel exciting. But here's the brutal reality. If it's not on your schedule, it's not real. Saying, "I want to start a business," means nothing. Saying, "I want to get fit," means nothing. Unless there's a day, a time, and a block on your calendar, it's just fantasy. Your calendar isn't decoration. Your calendar is your contract with yourself. What's there, you really value. What's missing is what you keep pretending you'll do someday. But you and I both know that's not the truth. Look at your current calendar. Be honest. Is your work out there? Is focused work on your personal goals there? Is learning, reading, building, writing, practicing there? Or is it just meetings, work shifts, and random obligations other people handed to you? Here's what you must do. Choose one calendar, digital or paper, one. First, block in the non-negotiables: sleep, work hours, commute, family essentials. Now look at what's left. That leftover time is your gold. Out of that gold, schedule your priorities. Not someday, not when I have time. Write it clearly. Monday, 7 to 7:45, work out. Tuesday, 8:30 to 9:30, build side project. Every day, 20 minutes, deep reading, skill building. You don't wait to feel ready. You schedule, then you show up. You follow your calendar the way a pilot follows a flight plan. From now on, your goals must have time attached to them. If there's no time, there's no intention. If there's no block, there's no progress. You just gave structure to your 24 hours. Now there's a new problem. Everything that tries to break that structure. You designed your day. Now you have to defend it.
Chapter 3. Kill distraction before it kills your future. In this chapter, you'll see why distraction isn't harmless. It's the silent killer of your future. Distraction isn't harmless. Distraction is an assassin. It doesn't attack you with pain. It attacks you with comfort. You sit down to work. You reach for your phone for a second. 5 minutes vanish. Then 10. Then your focus is gone. You tell yourself you're still working. You're not. You're switching, back and forth, task to phone, phone to task. Every switch drains your brain. Every switch costs you time. You have to see distraction as the enemy of your future, because that's exactly what it is. Look around your environment right now. Every open tab is a possible leak. Every notification is a hook in your attention. Every social media icon is a trap door. Here's your new rule. When you work, you work. When you scroll, you scroll. You don't mix the two. Create focus blocks. 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes. During the block, you remove temptation. Phone in another room, notifications off, only one tab open, only one task in front of you. Use tools if you need to. Website blockers, app limits, timers. These aren't signs of weakness, they're signs that you respect your own mind. At first, you'll feel restless. Your hand will reach for the phone by habit. Good. Notice it. Pull your hand back. Return to the work. That's how you train your focus muscle. Every focus block you protect is a brick in the life you want. Every distraction you surrender to is a small cut in that future. We all live in this battle. You're learning to defend your attention. Now you'll learn to start each day already on the attack. Chapter 4. Design mornings that force success. Your morning isn't an accident, it's a system. Right now, your system is either building your future or burning it. You wake up and grab your phone. Notifications, messages, headlines, drama. Your heart rate spikes. Your brain scrambles. From the first minute, you're reacting. Then you wonder why your day feels out of control. Here's the truth. If you start in chaos, you stay in chaos. If you start in control, you carry that control forward. So you'll build a morning that forces success, whether you feel like it or not. Step 1. Pick a wake-up time on purpose, not based on your mood, based on your goals. Maybe it's 5:30, maybe it's 6:30. Whatever it is, write it down. This is your new standard. Step 2. Create one non-negotiable rule. No phone for the first 30 minutes. Your mind belongs to you first, not to the internet. Step 3. Move your body. 5 to 10 minutes. Walk, stretch, push-ups, anything. You're telling your brain, we're awake and we're in charge. Step 4. Define your day. Write your top 3 outcomes, not tasks, outcomes. Ask yourself, what must be true by the end of today for this day to count as a win? Step 5. Guard one early focus block, 30 to 60 minutes on your most important work, before messages, before noise, before anyone else can touch your time. Imagine this. You wake up, you move, you plan, you focus. Before most people have even started thinking clearly, you already have a win. You've now taken command of the first hour. Next, you have to make sure the rest of your day isn't just full, but effective. Chapter 5. Stop being busy, Start producing results. Busy is the new lazy. You talk about how much you have to do, you list your tasks, you complain about your schedule. But when you look at the end of the week, there's very little to show. Being busy feels productive. It gives you a rush. You feel important. You feel in demand. But feelings aren't results. Results are clear. Money earned, weight lost, skills gained, content created, projects finished. Here's the hard truth. If your actions don't move a measurable outcome, you're just spinning. You need a simple shift from tasks to outcomes, from activity to impact. Each morning, after you wake and settle yourself, define your daily big three. 3 outcomes that would make today a success. Not 10, not 20, 3. For example, send 3 proposals to clients. Write 800 words for Chapter 2. Complete strength workout. Everything else is extra. Everything else waits until the big 3 are done. During the day, you'll feel the pull of fake urgency. Emails, messages, requests from others. Ask one question. Does this move one of my big 3 forward today? If the answer is no, it goes later or it goes away. Track your days. At night, ask, did I finish my big 3? If yes, the day is a win. If no, look directly at why. You are no longer allowed to hide behind the word busy. You've started to value outcomes instead of noise. Now you have to align those outcomes with the rhythm of your body and mind.
Chapter 6. Manage your energy, not just your time. Time is neutral. Energy is not. 2 people can have the same schedule on paper. One wins, one crashes. The difference isn't the clock. The difference is energy. You keep asking, how do I fit this into my day? You should be asking, when am I at my best and what deserves that version of me? Your brain doesn't perform the same at 7 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon. Your body doesn't feel the same after good sleep and after 5 hours of broken rest. Step 1. Map your energy. For 3 days, set a timer for every 2 hours. When it rings, rate your energy from 1 to 10. Notice when you feel sharp. Notice when you feel heavy and slow. Step 2. Match task to energy. High energy blocks get your hardest work. Deep thinking, strategy, creation, study. Low energy blocks get shallow work. Email, simple admin, routine tasks. Step 3. Guard the 4 energy pillars. Sleep, a consistent bedtime and wake-up time. Fuel, real food, not constant sugar and caffeine spikes. Movement, daily motion, even if it's a short walk. Mental recovery, time without screens, noise, or demands. You're not weak because you feel tired. You're tired because your system is messy. Build small habits. A glass of water in the morning, a short walk after lunch, a real cutoff time for work. These tiny changes create huge returns over weeks and months. Protect the asset. You are the asset. You're learning to manage your energy across the day. Now you'll face the place where most of us silently throw that energy away. Chapter 7. Stop wasting your evenings on nothing. Evenings are where most dreams quietly die, not in some dramatic moment, in slow, comfortable, repeatable nothing. Here's how it usually goes. You finish work, you feel drained. You tell yourself, I deserve a break. You eat, you sit, you open a screen. 1 episode, 1 scroll, 1 clip. Suddenly 2 hours are gone, then 3. Then you're tired, frustrated, and behind on sleep. You promise that tomorrow will be different. Tomorrow is not different. You're not relaxing, you're escaping. You're trading years of progress for a few cheap hours of distraction. Your evening isn't a leftover. Your evening is prime building time. It's quiet, fewer demands, fewer interruptions.
If you waste it, you waste one of your highest leverage windows. Here's your new standard. First, set an evening start time, a clear line where work stops and intentional evening begins. Second, create one builder block most nights of the week, 30 to 60 minutes for something that moves your life forward, building a skill, working on a side project, exercise, deep conversation with someone who matters. Third, reduce default entertainment friction. Log out of streaming apps, remove social media from your home screen, keep your phone in another room during your builder block. Ask yourself each night very directly, did this evening build my life or did it just blur it? You're starting to reclaim the most underestimated part of your day. Now you'll learn how top performers do this with every single hour they have. Chapter 8. How high performers plan their day hour by hour. High performers don't wing the day, they script it. They don't wake up and hope, they wake up and execute. In reality, it's freedom. When your hours have a job, your mind can relax and simply do the work. Here's how they plan. First, they begin with the end of the day. They ask, what 3 wins will make today worth it? They decide those outcomes first. Only then do they place tasks into time blocks. Second, they divide the day into blocks, not scattered minutes. Deep work blocks for thinking, creating, building. Support blocks for email, calls, and messages. Life blocks for chores, errands, family responsibilities. Recovery blocks for rest, food, and recharge. Each block has one theme, one type of work, no mixing, no flipping between creation and reaction. Third, they plan tomorrow the night before. They don't wait for morning pressure. In 10 to 15 minutes, they assign their big 3 outcomes to specific hours. Morning for hard work, afternoon for lighter tasks, evening for building or deep rest, based on the day. Fourth, they review reality. At the end of the day, they ask, what did I actually do in each block? Then they adjust the plan instead of pretending the plan was perfect. You're not trying to create a prison, you're creating a pattern that serves your goals. Hour by hour, you'll see exactly where your time goes and exactly what it builds. Now that your day has structure, there's a silent enemy that can still rip those hours apart in seconds.
Chapter 9. The hidden time traps in your phone and how to escape them. Your phone isn't just a tool, it's a casino in your pocket. Bright colors, endless scroll, random rewards. It's designed to win your attention and sell your time. You tell yourself you're just checking something, a message, a notification, a quick look. Then 20 minutes are gone, then 40. You wonder where your day went. It went into your phone. The trap is simple. You think you're in control. You're not. You're reacting to design. First, expose the trap. For one full day, turn on screen time tracking. At night, look at the numbers. Look at hours on social media. Look at pickups. Look at notifications. Don't explain it away. Face it. Second, make your phone boring. Turn off non-essential notifications. No alerts for likes, no alerts for follows, no alerts for every email. Move social apps off your home screen. Use grayscale mode during work hours so your screen looks dull, not exciting. Third, set clear phone windows, times when you're allowed to check messages and social media. For example, 11:30 to 11:45, then 4:30 to 4:45. Outside those windows, the phone is away from your body, in a drawer, in another room, not in your hand. Fourth, replace the habit. When you feel the urge to grab your phone, stand up, stretch, drink water, look at your task list. You're rewiring your reflex from distraction to action. Your phone is a powerful tool when you're the master, not the servant. You're starting to free your hours from your screen. Now you'll learn to end each day in a way that multiplies tomorrow. Chapter 10.
the 1-hour evening routine that doubles tomorrow's output. The way you end your day decides how you start the next one. Most people crawl into bed in chaos, random videos, open tabs, unfinished tasks spinning in their mind. Then they wonder why tomorrow feels heavy before it even begins. You need a professional shutdown, a 1-hour evening routine that resets your mind, clears your tasks, and sets tomorrow on rails. Break it into 4 simple blocks. First, a 15-minute work shutdown. No new tasks, no new messages. Write down everything that's still open, loose ends, ideas, things you remembered. Get them out of your head and onto paper or into a digital list. Tell your brain, I captured it, you can relax. Second, a 15-minute planning block. Choose your big 3 outcomes for tomorrow. Assign them to specific time blocks, morning, afternoon, or evening, based on your energy. Look at your calendar and solve problems in advance. Prepare so surprises don't destroy your day. Third, a 15-minute environment reset. Clear your desk. Lay out what you need for your morning block. Clothes for your workout, notebook for your writing, tools for your project. You're removing friction before it shows up. Fourth, a 15 to 30-minute wind down. No screens. Read, stretch, journal, or talk with someone you care about. Keep the lights lower. Let your body understand that the day is closing. When you respect your evening, you supercharge your morning. You're no longer waking into clutter. You're waking into a plan. You now close your day with intention. Next, you have to stop tearing that plan apart with scattered attention. Chapter 11. Stop multitasking and start finishing. Multitasking sounds powerful. It sounds impressive. It sounds like productivity. It isn't. Multitasking is divided attention. Divided attention is weak attention. Weak attention produces weak results. You answer messages while on a call. You check your phone while working. You watch something while studying. You keep 10 tabs open and jump between them. At the end of the day, you feel exhausted, yet very little is actually finished. You touched everything. You completed almost nothing. Here's the truth. Your brain doesn't multitask. It switches. Switch, switch, switch. Every switch has a cost. You lose focus. You lose depth. You lose time. If you want real progress, you must build the skill of single tasking. One task, one block, full presence. Here's how you do it. First, choose the one task that matters most right now. Not 5 tasks, 1. Name it clearly. Write the report. Study Chapter 3. Edit the video. Plan the presentation. Second, set a timer. 25, 45, or 60 minutes. During that time, only this task is allowed. No messages, no email, no side conversations. If a thought pops up, write it down on a separate page and return to the main task. Third, clear your space. Only the tools for the current task stay on your desk or screen. Everything else closes or moves away. Fourth, complete the cycle. When the timer ends, close the loop. Save the file. Check off the task. Decide the next clear step. Completion becomes a habit. You stop collecting half-finished work and start collecting wins. You're learning to bring full attention to what matters. Now you have to face the biggest thief of that attention in modern life.
Chapter 12. The brutal truth about Netflix, scrolling, and your future. You tell yourself you're just relaxing. You tell yourself you're unwinding. You tell yourself you deserve this. Netflix, endless scrolling, random clips, highlight reels. They feel harmless. They feel small. They're not small. They're eating your future in 30-minute bites. Look at your week honestly. How many hours have gone into shows you barely remember? How many nights ended with the automatic question, next episode? And you said yes without even thinking.
You're not choosing entertainment, you're surrendering control. Here's the brutal truth. Every hour you spend watching other people live, you're not living your own. Every story you consume is time you could spend creating your story. This isn't about never watching anything. This is about quantity. This is about cost. First, measure it. For 3 nights, write down exactly how long you spend on shows and scrolling. No judgment, just numbers. Then ask, if I had spent even half of that on my goals, where would I be in 6 months? Second, set a clear limit. 1 episode, 30 minutes of scroll. Whatever you choose, make it a rule, not a mood. Third, front-load your growth. Builder work first, entertainment second. Workout, reading, skill practice, project time. After that, if you still want to watch, go ahead. You earned it. You're not banning comfort. You're banning mindless escape. You're taking your nights back from the screen. Now you have to deal with another enemy of progress, boredom with necessary tasks. Chapter 14. How to turn boring tasks into automatic systems. There are things in your life that you hate doing, but you have to do them. Bills, cleaning, emails, basic admin, life maintenance. You delay them, you complain about them, you let them pile up until they become a heavy mental weight. Here's the truth. The task isn't the real problem. The system is the problem, or more clearly, the lack of a system. High performers don't negotiate with boring tasks every day. They decide once. They build a system, then they run the system. You can do the same. Step 1. List your recurring boring tasks. Everything that repeats weekly or monthly. Laundry, groceries, house cleaning, inbox clearing, bill paying. Step 2. Assign each one a specific time and frequency. Laundry, Saturday at 9 a.m. Groceries, Sunday at 4 p.m. with a written list. Inbox 0, weekdays at 11:30 and 4:30 for 15 minutes. Bills, first day of every month at 7 p.m. Step 3. Reduce friction. Use automatic payments where possible. Keep cleaning supplies in the rooms where you use them. Save email templates for common replies. Create checklists for routines so you don't need to think every time. Step 4. Batch and time box. Group similar tasks together. Handle all small admin in one 30-minute block instead of scattering it across the day. When the time is up, move on. Even if some items remain, you'll handle them in the next scheduled block. Over time, these systems run almost on autopilot. Your brain is free for higher-level work. Your 24 hours become lighter, cleaner, and less chaotic. You're turning friction into routine. Now you have to confront the tool that keeps feeding you chaos all day long. Chapter 14. Why your to-do list is failing you and what to use instead. Your to-do list looks full. Lines of tasks, boxes to tick. You feel productive just writing it. Then the day ends. Half the list is untouched. Important items are still there. You move them to tomorrow, then to the next day. You start to feel behind and weak. The problem isn't you. The problem is the tool. A normal to-do list lies to you. It pretends every task is equal. Email boss sits next to build proposal that could change my income. Your brain sees a crowded list and grabs the easiest item. Quick, simple, low stress. So you do 10 tiny things and avoid the one that matters. Another problem, your list has no time attached. It's just wishes on paper. There's no place for them in your actual day. So you say, I'll try to fit this in. You don't. Here's what you'll use instead. First, the daily big 3. 3 outcomes that must happen today. Non-negotiable, not nice to have, non-negotiable. Second, time blocking. Take each of the big 3 and assign them a start time and an end time. For example, 9 to 10:30 draft client proposal, 3 to 3:30 call and follow up. Third, a small support list. Below your big three, keep a short list of minor tasks you can do in leftover pockets of time, only after progress on your big three. You move from a pile of tasks to a clear set of outcomes inside real hours. You've changed how you plan the day. Next, you need to understand the invisible cost of the days you keep wasting.
Chapter 15. The time debt you don't know you're paying. You understand money debt. You borrow now, you pay later with interest. Time debt works the same way. You avoid a task today, you say, I'll deal with it later. You feel relief in the moment, but you just borrowed from your future. All the unfinished emails, all the unmade decisions, all the messy spaces, all the delayed health choices, they're not neutral. They're loans against your future hours, your future energy, your future peace. Look around your life. That inbox with hundreds of unread messages, that stack of papers you keep moving from one spot to another, those conversations you know you need to have but keep dodging. Every one of those is time debt. Time debt does two things. One, it steals your future hours because you still have to handle the problem, often in a rushed crisis. Two, it taxes your present mind because you carry a constant background stress. You feel heavy, but you can't explain why. This is why. Here's what you'll do. First, list your time debts. Backlog emails, unfinished projects, health appointments you keep delaying, skills you must learn for your career but keep avoiding. Second, create debt payment blocks. 20 to 30 minutes a day or one focused hour several times a week. During that block, you attack one backlog only. No new tasks, no new inputs, just clearing old weight. Third, stop taking new debt. When something enters your world, decide quickly. Do it, delegate it, schedule it, or delete it. No endless, I'll think about it later. As you pay down time debt, you free future space. You open hours you can invest in building, not just catching up. Now you'll learn how to protect that space by using your weekends very differently from the crowd. Chapter 16. Design a weekend that actually builds your life. Most people treat the weekend like a crash site. They stumble in exhausted, they escape with screens, food, and random plans. Then they drag themselves into Monday wondering why life never changes. Your weekend is not a break from your life. Your weekend is part of your life. If you waste it, you waste 2 days out of every 7. That's almost 1/3 of your entire existence. You need a different plan. A powerful weekend does 3 things. 1, it restores you. 2, it deepens relationships. 3, it moves your future forward. So design around those 3. First, choose your non-negotiable recovery. Sleep a little more, but not until noon. Block time for real rest, walks, reading, quiet, nature, hobbies that actually refill you. Rest isn't just lying on a couch scrolling. Rest is anything that returns your energy. Second, schedule intentional connection. Family time that isn't just watching a screen together. Coffee with a friend who challenges you. A date night without phones on the table. If relationships matter, they must live on your calendar. Third, create 1 or 2 builder blocks. 90 minutes on Saturday, 90 minutes on Sunday. Side business, deep learning, creative work, financial planning, serious decluttering. These blocks are where your future self gets built. Plan your weekend on Friday night in 10 to 15 minutes. Don't wake up and see what happens. Decide in advance how you'll rest, connect, and build. You're now treating the weekend as a weapon, not an escape. Next, you'll learn a simple nighttime practice that locks in your growth day after day. Chapter 17.
the 10-minute nighttime review that rewires your brain for success. Before you sleep, your brain is listening. It replays the day. It decides what to remember. It decides what to repeat. Most people end the day in noise, screens, random videos, pointless scrolling. Then they collapse into bed and wonder why the next day feels like the last one. You're going to use the last 10 minutes of your day very differently. You're going to train your brain to notice progress and to demand better. Here's the simple process. Step 1, ask 3 questions. What worked today? What didn't work today? What will I do differently tomorrow? Write short, honest answers. No essays, no drama, just truth. Step 2, review your big 3 outcomes. Did you complete them? If yes, acknowledge it. Say it out loud if you must. I kept my word to myself today. If no, identify exactly why without excuses. Distraction, overbooking, fear, poor planning, name it so you can change it. Step 3, capture lessons. Maybe you learned that mornings are your best focus time. Maybe you saw that checking your phone early destroys your momentum. Maybe you noticed that a certain person or app always pulls you off track. Write 1 lesson and 1 adjustment for tomorrow. Step 4, end with a win. List 1 thing you did today that you're proud of, big or small. You're teaching your brain that effort matters and that you're someone who moves. 10 minutes, pen, paper, and honesty. Over time, this review becomes a mirror that makes failure hard to ignore and progress impossible to miss. You're starting to think like a builder, not a drifter. Next, you'll learn how to manage time when your own mind fights you with doubt and perfection.
Chapter 18. Time Management for Overthinkers and Perfectionists. If you're an overthinker or a perfectionist, your problem is rarely talent. Your problem is speed. You move too slowly. You circle decisions. You polish details that don't matter. You tell yourself you're being careful. You tell yourself you're maintaining standards. In reality, you're hiding. You're avoiding discomfort. You're wasting time. Here's the hard truth. The world doesn't reward almost finished brilliance. The world rewards finished, useful work that exists. Overthinking is fear dressed up as intelligence. Perfectionism is fear dressed up as high standards. Both steal your hours. You have to manage yourself differently. First, set decision deadlines. For small decisions, give yourself 5 minutes. For medium decisions, give yourself 24 hours. For big decisions, set a clear date and gather specific information, not endless information. When the deadline hits, you decide and move. Second, use rough drafts. Tell yourself this is version 1. Give yourself a short, strict time box. 30 minutes to draft the email, 45 minutes to sketch the plan. You can refine later, but only after version 1 exists. Third, define good enough before you start. Write down what a successful outcome looks like in simple terms, not perfect terms. For example, clear and polite email that answers the main question, not email that impresses everyone and proves my worth. Fourth, track output, not internal stress. How many pages written? How many calls made? How many tasks finished? You're measured by what you ship, not what you think about. You're learning to move through fear instead of decorating it. Now it's time to turn this new speed into something that grows larger every single day. Chapter 20. Make every hour pay you back with compound results. You've been treating hours like loose change. You drop them anywhere. You barely notice. Then you wonder why nothing big is growing in your life. You have to start treating hours like investments. Every hour you spend should either pay you now or pay you later. Ideally, it should do both. Think about money. If you invest a small amount consistently, it grows through compound interest, slow at first, then bigger, then suddenly the growth looks unbelievable to everyone who wasn't paying attention. Time works the same way. 1 hour a day on a skill is 365 hours a year. That's several college courses. 1 focused hour a day on your side business is more than 250 hours a year.
That's a serious project, not a hobby. 1 hour a day on your health is a different body and a different brain in a year. Here's the key: consistency over intensity. A massive push once in a while does less than steady, repeatable work. Step 1. Pick 1 or 2 areas where you want compound results: skill, business, health, relationships, finances. Not 5, 1 or 2. Step 2. Give them a daily hour, not when you feel like it, a scheduled, protected, repeating hour. Step 3. Repeat that hour for months, then years. Ignore how slow it feels at first. You're building a curve that bends upward over time. Ask yourself every day, did at least one of my hours today pay my future self? If the answer is yes, you're compounding. If the answer is no, change it tomorrow. You're now ready to pull everything together into one powerful daily design. Chapter 20. The ultimate 24-hour schedule for peak performance. This is where everything comes together. Your 24 hours, one full cycle, designed, not guessed. You won't copy this schedule perfectly. Your job, your family, your obligations are unique, but you'll use this as a model, and you'll build your own version with the same principles. Morning. Wake at a consistent time. No phone for the first 30 minutes. Move your body. Set your big 3 outcomes. Then one deep work block on your most important project. 60 to 90 minutes of pure focus before the world pulls at you. Late morning to early afternoon. High energy work. Calls, meetings, problem solving, creative production. Batch similar tasks. No random checking. Every block has a clear label and a clear purpose. Mid-afternoon, your energy dips. Use this for lighter tasks like admin, email windows, routine work. Insert short movement breaks to reset your mind. Evening, one builder block most days. Health, skills, side business, deep family time. Not default television, not automatic scrolling. At least 1 hour that your future self will thank you for. Late evening, run your 1-hour shutdown. Capture loose ends, plan tomorrow, reset your environment. Then the 10-minute nighttime review. End the day on intention, not on accident. Night. Protect your sleep window. Same bedtime most nights, no blue light right before sleep. You're guarding the engine that powers tomorrow. This is a life architecture, not a fantasy. You take the principles, you build your own 24-hour script, and you live it for the next 7 days. No more drifting, no more pretending. From now on, every hour has a purpose, and your entire life will reflect that choice.